10 strange rules to get into the TikTok Hype House. The Hype House has quickly become one of TikTok's biggest creative collectives, though every member of the Hype House has to follow some strange rules to live there. Before we get started, be sure to smash that like button so we know who the real Hype House fans are. The beginning's the Hype House. The Hype House is a group of young adults who have made an incredibly large name for themselves in the TikTok community. They're considered to be some of the most popular creators on the platform, and rightfully so. They continue to pump out entertaining content day after day and have gained over 17 million followers. The group purchased a home together so they can continue to collaborate while also building their followings on the app. They've called the new group and home the Hype House. There are many members of the team, but only 4 of the members live in the house full-time, and the rest of them stop by nearly every day to check in and film new videos for their fans, oftentimes filming themselves dancing to TikTok's latest songs or memes. The Hype House is located in Los Angeles, California, where each of the team members live. The home is a massive one and has a huge backyard, swimming pool, and is built similar to an expensive mansion inside. What's most incredible about the Hype House as a group is that their group was only founded in December 2019, meaning that they've gained an unimaginable following in just a few short months. The team was founded by several popular TikTok creators, and within just a few minutes of announcing the formation of the team, the hashtag Hype House had begun to trend and had over 20 million views. Chase Hudson is credited as being the original creator of the Hype House. The idea for the team, company, and brand was established solely by Chase, though others chimed in along the way and gave their input and creative direction to the project. Thomas Petrone is another key member of the team. Thomas signed the lease on the Hype House less than 2 weeks after he and Chase had come up with the idea of renting a mansion to film it. Thomas wasn't originally a TikTok creator though. He came from YouTube after gathering a decent following of fans and admitting that he dropped out of engineering school to pursue his true passion of becoming an entertainer and model. Chase, however, has been creating content for TikTok for much of his life and helped lend a hand to Thomas when he decided to join the platform and the team. The basics of living in the Hype House. While many of us have been stuck in our homes and on quarantine lately, TikTok has been gaining rapid popularity among new viewers and fans. Since stay-at-home orders were issued across the world within the last few months, TikTok creators have been raking in millions of dollars from staying-at-home families who have nothing to do aside from watch content on the internet. This has led to many of TikTok's creators seeing a massive rise in viewership and fans, and Hype House is no exception. Creators from the Hype House have been hard at work creating content for new viewers to share. It seems as most of these creators never got a break throughout quarantine. If anything, they began working even harder. This has led many new fans of the Hype House to wonder how creators are allowed to join and what rules they must follow if they become members. One of the things that Chase wanted to make clear from the beginning is that the Hype House is not a place for teens and young creators to gather together and party. It's quite the opposite. Chase has mentioned that there are countless other homes in the area that can be used for lavish parties, though the Hype House is not one of them. Members are allowed to show up at the house and create, and that's virtually all they're allowed to do. Anything aside from that must be cleared by Chase and the upper members of the house management team. If members fail to follow these rules, they risk being kicked out of the house entirely. This has led many members to feel as though they're being monitored far too closely while living in the house, prompting some members to leave and create their creative groups, such as Daisy Keach, who founded the Clubhouse. Constant content creation. The entire purpose of the Hype House is for major TikTok creators to come together, share ideas, and film with one another. One of the rules that Chase enforces is that creators must create a minimum of 3 videos per day if they wish to stay in the house. If they fail to do so and are seen hanging out in the house without meeting this requirement, they risk being kicked out. This is one of the biggest rules that members are required to follow. After all, if creators aren't creating, the Hype House name can begin to fade and viewers may begin looking elsewhere for content. Thomas spoke to the New York Times and reported that creating content is a 24/7 job at the Hype House. He says, "It's 24/7 here. Last night we posted at 2 a.m. There's probably 100 TikToks made per day at minimum." Thomas takes his job and his privilege very seriously and is not going to let creators ruin it for him or the other members of the house. He says that visitors and residents must pull their weight in regards to video creation and that failure to do so could result in your being removed from the house. He says, quote, "If someone slips up constantly, they'll not be part of the team anymore. You can't come and stay with us for a week and not make any videos. It's not going to work. The whole house is designed for productivity." End quote. It's safe to say that living in the Hype House is not as easy as it seems. No parties. Some viewers may see the Hype House as a place for creators to hang out, throw parties, and generally have a good time. While it's easy to have fun in such an atmosphere, that's not the purpose of the Hype House at all. It's quite the opposite. There are incredibly strict no-party rules that follow every member and visitor of the house. Many members in their early 20s seem to look for party houses wherever they go, though Chase has made sure that every member and guest understands that the Hype House will never be used for parties of any sort. The purpose of this house is to have a hub where creators can work hard to further their name and creative ability. They show up to the house to collaborate, gain new followers, and work hard to further their careers. Thomas says, if you want a party, there are hundreds of houses that throw parties in LA every weekend. We don't want to be that. It's not in line with anyone in this house's brand. This house is about creating something big, and you can't do that if you're going out on the weekends. So if you're looking to have a good time, then the Hype House may be a place for you. However, if you're looking to throw wild parties, you best look somewhere else. Good vibes only. One of the biggest parts of the interview process for Hype House members is the so-called vibe check. This is a process that every new member must follow to see how well they work with other members of the house, how well their personalities mesh, and if they're on par with other creators. The house is always looking to sign new creators and bring new talent into the mix, but if the creator isn't capable of getting along with other members of the house, they simply won't work out. Most new talent is given a 30-day trial period to see if they'll work well with other house members. This determines whether or not they'll be a good fit for the group before officially signing the individual to the team. Age restrictions. One of the most important rules regarding new members is that they must be 18 years or older to physically live in the house. Younger creators are allowed to join the group, but they're not allowed to live in the home until they turn 18. This helps control the atmosphere of the home, as well as ensure that all younger creators are safe and free of any sort of drama or legal issues that could arise as a result of underage relationships. This may seem like a crazy rule for some people, but it's all in regards to safety. Collaboration is key. This may seem like a no-brainer, but creators have to be willing to collaborate with others. That's part of what makes the Hype House work. Constant collaboration. If creators aren't willing to collaborate with others, they'll be removed from the house immediately. They must regularly be appearing in other creators' videos and having other creators appear in their videos. This may seem obvious, but it's a rule for a reason. Break it, buy it. This rule could also be described as common courtesy. If you're visiting the home or living in the home and manage to break another person's belongings or cause damage to the house, you're required to replace the item or pay for it within 15 days. This ensures that everyone is respectful of one another's belongings so that there's always some form of security regarding the other person's possessions. Pay rent. Yes, you have to pay rent to live in the Hype House. Reports suggest that the monthly rent for each member is about $900. This pays for the electricity, living expenses, and other essentials that are used within the home, including utilities. This may seem rather expensive to some of us who don't live on the West Coast, but $900 is very reasonable for a home in LA. It could even be considered cheap when looking at comparable houses or apartments in the area. Breaking the mold. Another rule is that you have to be different. This could mean anything from the way that you dress or the way that you act. Whatever it is, you have to stand out from the crowd and do your own thing. This is what makes the Hype House different from other creative groups. Each member has a distinct personality and their quirks and habits. This helps ensure that every member is contributing to the group in their special way and helps to enforce originality among creators. Be respectful. This is another rule that should be a no-brainer, but you have to be respectful. You can't join the house and constantly criticize other creators or be disrespectful to their opinions or possessions. Everyone in the house is held on equal ground, and it's required that they're treated as such. This means that equality is a must, regardless of who you are or what you look like. Give up a portion of your earnings. You also have to be willing to give a portion of your monthly revenue to the home. There are various reports on how much it is, but we could estimate that it's likely between 10% and 20%. So whatever money you make from TikTok, the Hype House is entitled to about 20% of that money. This helps make sure that the home is financially stable so that should any issue arise in the future, the managers can continue to operate the home and keep all of its members happy and safe. Don't forget to hit that like button and ring the notification bell to keep up to date with our videos. Peace!